guys the best tutorial ever. You may or may not recognize Kendra. She used to have super short hair. One side was long, one side was short. So she had an asymmetrical haircut. And then it was dark. So we had taken her from dark to this level of blonde, and today I want to show you guys what we're doing, but I just want you guys to see it's been growing. She's been babying her hair, she's been taking good care of it, she's been putting good products in it, and that's the key to like good healthy hair. So I want to show you guys what we are doing today is actually more of a color correction of lightener. Okay, so as you guys can see, Kendra has 2 inches of her virgin hair. Then from virgin hair to this section, she has platinum blonde hair. Then from this section to the ends, she has more golden blonde, okay? So the reason why that had happened is because when we colored her hair last time, this color right here was her virgin hair. So it's grown out. So now she has her new virgin hair. Now she has her old virgin hair. And now she had old hair. So we are going in here today and doing a color correction with making sure everything is one solid color today. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. We are using Olaplex because I'll tell you right now, her hair needs it. And I don't let my clients no client doesn't walk out with Olaplex on their head. So we're using Olaplex and we're going to be doing a couple different developers, and I'm going to be using my foams. So let's get right to mixing and I'll show you the technique I'll be using. So stay right there. Okay, you guys, so I have Redken Flash Lift. You all know it's my favorite. It's the only one I use. You know this by now. And then I have a double bowl, and each side has 1.5 scoops of lightener. I'm going to be doing a 40 and a 30 volume peroxide, and I am going to be doing 1 on each side. So I'm going to be doing a 40 developer, and that's going to be diluting down to 30 with Olaplex. So I'm going to go in here and add in my good consistency that I like. That should be about right. On the other side, I'm going to be using 30 volume, which is going to be diluted down to a 20 because it is a color correction. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to use 2 separate developers. They're both going to require, regardless, they're going to require 1/8 ounce, okay? So with my 20 volume, you guys, I actually want to just use 1/8 ounce on this. So you're going to go in here. You're going to squeeze it up to 1/8, and I'm going to use that on my 20 volume side because I'm going to customize this a little bit. And then on this side, which is going to be 40 volume, and this is going to be diluted down to 30, I'm going to take that to 1/4 ounce because I feel like it just needs it. And that's normally what you're going to use with your lightener when you're doing highlights. So I'm going to use 1/8 ounce on one side and 1/4 ounce on the other side. Perfect. And that's what it looks like. I have her down the middle, a really fine mohawk section, and then off to the sides, and then just in the back. So I want to, before I get going, you guys, I am so excited to tell you that MB Mesh, which is this company who has these styrofoam pads, it is kind of the new way of doing color nowadays, you guys. There are certain times that I will not use these, but a lot of the time I will. So with Kendra's hair, the reason why she's getting foams today is because we are not taking her from a brunette to a blonde. We are just taking her from a golden blonde to a platinum blonde. So I don't need a ton of heat put into this hair, and I know her hair will process just good with these foams. So I'm excited, you guys, because MB Mesh has sent me these, and they said, oh my gosh, we want you to have, we want the world to use these. So any stylist that is watching this, you guys, you can go get these for a 10% discount code. So they are offering 10% off of a full box, and honestly, they've been like one of the best things I have used as stylist. I have to use the discount code MSS. So it stands for Mandy Sue Styles, but it's just MSS. And then I will link the website below, but it's just mbmesh.com. Oh, so you guys can get your discount code, because honestly, these are so amazing. And then I'm going to do a video as well on how to keep them up and clean them because they are reusable. So I'm going to be using these today in Kendra's hair, and get excited. Go buy yourself a box because they're amazing. We have the first section starting at the nape of her head. As you can see, this bottom part, it's always a little fragile on most people's hair because they always like pull their hair up. They're always messing with it. It's just like new growth coming through. It's already maybe new growth or breakage. But with Kendra's hair, this is an area that's pretty fine. It's actually pretty dang blonde. So all I really need on this one is a 20 volume. So I'm going to weave in here. And I am going to take a foam, place it under, and I'm going to do a 20 volume, and I'm actually going to try to leave out a little bit of those ends just because I don't want any damage. I mean, Olaplex it is something that protects you and your hair, and your client's hair, yourself as a stylist, like insurance for the hair, but it's not something that you have to be careful still. It's not this magical wand that fixes everyone's life problems. You have to really still be careful. So I'm going to go in here and just start with the virgin hair, and I'm going to just get it as close as I can to that scalp, and I'm going to feather through the mid shaft, you guys, just a little bit, but those ends, I don't want to put any color on them just because they're a little fragile, and so we're going to avoid that. So we're going to keep healthy hair going, and that's the biggest, most important step with anyone. I think most people want healthy hair. A lot of people are like, no, I'd rather be a brunette and go blonde in one sitting. I'm like, okay, if that's the case, your hair will fall out. But I think with Olaplex, you really can make possibilities happen. So now with this next thing, this next section, I'm going to divide that into two because I'm just picky like that. Really, in reality, I could use one on this one, but I'm going to use two because that's how I roll. So with this section, I'm going to go in here and just do a really nice weave. And this piece needs to be kind of feathered through because we have some golden in here. And that's what we're trying to get out of, you guys. We're trying to get that platinum blonde color in her hair, but we're also trying to get the golden pieces out, okay? So with this section, I'm using my 20 volume on the roots because it's virgin hair. It's going to lift. It may take more time to lift, but it will lift. And I'm going to make sure I get that really nice and close to the scalp here, not touching the scalp. Then on these ends, as you guys can see, there is a little tiny bit of some golden that needs to be pulled through. And I think 20 volume can get it, but I want to just make sure it really pulls out of that golden stage. So I'm going to just lightly go in here and add in, because Kendra has fine hair, we don't need to do a ton of saturation, but we need to do enough so it seeps through the ends. So I'm going to go through here and kind of just feather in where I see some golden pieces. And that way we can just get that golden out of her hair. As a blonde, you don't really want, it's nice to have richness and depth, but at the same time, you really want to try to get your hair to be that perfect blonde color if you're a blonde. I think if you're a blonde, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to do 20 volume here. And Kendra's a natural level 8, so she's actually really light. So it's nice for her because she doesn't have to, like back in the day when she was a brunette, she always had to worry about a reverse line of demarcation. She no longer has to worry about that. It blends really well with her hair. So her being a blonde is just supposed to happen because she's not worried about, oh my gosh, I'm getting this regrowth of brown. I have brown hair. And I have this regrowth of gray coming in. So this section, you guys, is actually pretty dang light. So I'm going to just kind of feather through. And I don't really need to touch those ends. And then I'm going to take this end, I'm going to take the foam pad, and I'm going to just kind of flip it up and press that. And it's going to stay regardless. So I'm going to work my way up this hair. And I'm going to do a 20 volume at the roots. And I'm going to do a 30 volume through the mid shaft to the ends. The areas that I feel that are more golden, we are doing the 30 volume. So that's how I'm working this. guys, so here on this section I want to just show you really quick up close. So as you can see, we have her virgin hair, and then through this area it's pretty dang light, and then through these ends there's some golden tones in there. So this is what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to weave out, and I'm actually not going to be following any specific weaving technique because we are taking her blonder today. So I actually want to pick out the tones that are darker and put them into this hair. So what we're doing is I'm going in here and doing a very natural fine weave. Just like this. And I'm loving these foams. I really do love them so much. And it's just so much more comfortable for clients. So, and they're not noisy, and I love that. Like, you can have a conversation with like not talking loud because the foils are in your way. So I'm going to just go in here and I'm applying on here on the virgin hair because it's virgin hair, and I do not want her to have like lighter roots, like what you can say is hot roots in a way, but I don't want her to have lighter roots versus the mid shaft to the ends. So that's why I'm doing a 20 developer and creating the color to lift evenly. So 20 volume is going to get the virgin hair really nicely. And then in this area, because there's some really nice blondes in there, I'll just feather down 20 volume where I feel like needs 20. But as you can see, like that's a golden piece, that's golden. This has a little bit of lightness. So I'm going to just keep this one with the 20 and keep a nice 20 volume going all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom. And then this section needs more of a 30 volume to kind of lift out that golden. So I'm going to apply on a 30 developer onto this section and kind of just pick and choose where I feel that it needs it. So when I have my 30 volume right here and I have my 20 volume right here, I don't want to risk the chance of folding this over and like just having these overlap at all. So I'm actually going to take another foam and I'm going to just place it right on top of it, just like that. And what's nice, you guys, is you can see the progress of the processing. You can see that color coming through. So if I have to go in here and weave out some tones and pick and choose what needs 20 volume, what needs 30 volume, then that's what I'm going to do. And in some situations and color corrections, that's a color correction for you. So same thing, as you guys can see as I'm pulling this out, that's going to be, you know, a golden piece that we don't want to keep in there. So what we're going to do is, again, same thing. We're going to go in here and weave a fine weave in here. So what I'll do is I'll take my hand underneath that foam once I have color placed so I have more control. And I'll go up here and I will really just take more product and I'll feather through that area up here so it gets really nice and close to the roots. So I'll do that up here. We have different tones in here, okay? If I want to just go put lightener on here straight over all this, one lightener, like a 20 volume lightener over all of this, that's fine. You're still going to have that piece that's golden to like not lift as bright as the blonde. So what we're going to do is we're going to feather through blondes in the area that are already blonde. So this area has a really nice blonde. I'm going to kind of separate these. So this side has a really good, more brighter blondes. There's still some golden, but enough where 20 volume will completely lift that out. So I'm going to do that, and then this I totally see golden. So I'm going to go in here and put 30 volume right there. So like I said, you guys, a color correction is something you kind of have to like pick out and kind of correct what needs to be corrected. But it's nice because once you get that color correction done, what you'll have to do after that is go just do the retouch on the roots, because we'll have that blonde, the perfect blonde that she wants it to be. So this is a 30 volume, that's a 20 volume. I'm not going to fold that over because I just think I don't want to risk the chance of those like intertwining and overlapping at all. And then I'm going to place that right on top. Okay, you guys, so we have her all foamed up and she's actually ready to wash out. So I want to show you guys how easy these are to come off of the head, these foams, because they're amazing. Like, I absolutely love them. And the hair feels amazing. So all you're going to do, you guys, is you're going to just take them, watch how easy, is you just pull them out, just like this. It's so much more enjoyable for the client. They don't have all these foils all over their head, and it's fun to do it. Just slips right out. So yeah, you'll just keep pulling them out, and then they are reusable, so you can just go wash them. And what I've heard the best way of doing it is to put them in like a little lingerie, delicate bag, and put it in the wash under delicate, and let them wash, and then you dry, like you towel dry, then you sit them out. So I'm going to show you guys how I've been doing it though. So that'll be another tutorial. So yeah, you just pull them on out. It doesn't even hurt the client's head. And I want to show you guys how these ends look and how the hair feels after Olaplex and after overlapping lightener onto already pre-lightened hair. So this hair already looks amazing. I'm already proud. So yep, we're just pulling them on out. And they just slip right on out. So if you guys can see, this is lightener on her ends. And honestly, look at that. It is staying strong and gorgeous. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm now going to go wash her. So now when we have her rinsed, I have not shampooed the hair yet. I'm going to go in here and apply number 2 on this hair, all over. And don't be scared. Use a lot. Don't be scared. So I'm going to take this all the way through the entire hair, all the way from the roots to the ends, and really massage it in. Olaplex, once it's applied into the hair, it's already like a permanent fix. So a lot of people keep asking, like, is this something that's just temporary? Like, once your hair has been washed a few times, does Olaplex wash out with it? Like, how does that work? No, it actually doesn't. So what the number 2 does is it's a permanent service, and it stays in the hair forever. It's adhered to the hair, and it's already done its work internally and externally. With Olaplex, I was super confident with it, and look, you guys, like, absolutely nothing's coming out. Like, her hair is still strong, and it still feels awesome. So yes, keep number 2 in for 10 minutes. Okay, you guys, now I washed out number 2. I'm going to go in here and add Pureology Hydrate Shampoo. Okay, you guys, so on Kendra's hair, I am actually going to just do the Blonde Idol Custom Tone Purple Conditioner. So you have your options with a level 1. So you have 1 all the way to 6. So it goes from minimum to maximum, and it shows, like right here, weeks or color deposit. So how many weeks it's going to last, and then how much color you want to deposit in. So I actually want to put this all the way to a 5. And then I want this to be like pretty dang purple coming out. So check this out. It's like way purple. And the only thing that's hard about it, you guys, is like it really does suck coming out. Like you have to really keep pushing a lot for it, a lot to come out. But it's full on purple. There's no joke about that. So this is a conditioner toner. So condition toner, and then I'm going to condition it after with Pureology. So I'm going to just get as much as I can out of it because it's really hard to get out. So yeah, look at that. Super purple. And more, it's like a purple blue tone blue undertone as well. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put this all over her hair. out of the hair. And if I even feel like I have the tone after this, then I can. I'm gonna just see what it looks like. We are done, and we are so freaking happy with the results. So look at this color, look down. Look how beautiful this is. I am so totally obsessed. So let me just explain to you really quick. So the Purple Blonde Idol Conditioner, this stuff, it worked, but it didn't do the complete trick that we wanted. So what we did is we actually toned it. What we ended up doing is, and I'm sorry I didn't film it, but I'm going to explain to you what we did, is I just took a Platinum Toner 9T and 9B in shades EQ with 5% processing solution, and we just ran this over her hair once we actually got it dry. So we dried it and we're like, oh, it's still a little bit like not exactly the color that we both love. So we just put those toners on top, left it on for like 3 to 5 minutes, and it turned out this icy platinum color. Like, we are so obsessed. It's exactly what Kendra wanted. She was like, I just want cool tone for my skin tone. And that's what she got. Do you love it?
I love it.
Feel your hair. Tell them what you think.
I think it feels better than it did before I came in today. So
yeah,
it feels great.
Her hair feels so good and smooth. Olaplex is, it's annoying how good it is actually. Like, I'm kind of just loving it so much because it's enhancing my clients' blonde hair. My clients are not walking out feeling like, oh my gosh, my hair feels frazzled and sad and mushy and cotton candy and stringy. It doesn't feel that way, you guys. Like, I completely put blonde lightener and overlapped it again today with Olaplex. So you guys, I'm so happy with the results. So is Kendra. Turn around. Let's show them the back. We did these really cute curls, soft curls. All I did, and I'll show you because you're all probably going to ask, is I took my curling iron. It's a 1-inch rod from Baby Bliss. And I took it, and with this type of texture of fine hair, and with this length, if you were to go in here and wrap it all the way to the very ends, it's not going to elongate the hair. So what I did, you guys, is I just took it in a nice section like this, and I wrapped it one time, and I wrapped it just like that, and I let these entire ends out. I did not put these in the rod. Then I let it out, and it came into this beautiful, perfect wave curl. But look at this color. I am so in love with the color. I'm kind of jealous, actually. Like, I want this violet cool tone platinum ice color on my own head. Every time I do my client's hair, I'm like, oh, I want your hair. Anyways, you guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you think of this tone. It's seriously so pretty. And the befores and afters are like transformation. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Love you. See you on the next tutorial. Bye.